All right. Hi, my name is Chester Johnson. I'm the co-founder of the Stockteamup app and Stockteamup.com. I'm here today with Siyuan Hallowell. He is a student at Western New England University. He's trying out the app, and he's also been investing for 2 years. Thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, no problem. So I'm a student at Western New England University, 18 years old, finance major. I have aspirations of using my knowledge of finance for my own benefit as opposed to going into a career and work a 9-to-5 job in finance.
Awesome.
Yeah, a
So,
little about myself.
so I actually only told one class. I didn't tell the other class, but I used to be a hedge fund manager, and
Okay.
I might not have told the class you were in. So
Oh, no, you definitely did.
I did. Okay, good,
Yeah.
good. Okay. So, so ask me away. Ask me any questions you'd like, and I'll answer them as best as I can.
Did you go to school specifically to be an aerospace engineer?
Yeah, I went to a school called RPI, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. It's probably nearby you, actually. It's in Albany.
Yeah, I've heard of it, yeah.
I went there as an aerospace engineer, and then I never became an aerospace engineer. I was always a manager.
Yeah. Well, so how did you go from the aerospace to hedge fund? Since hedge fund, I would say usually have to have a prerequisite of bachelor's or master's. And since you were in aerospace category in your college years, and I'm guessing got your your degree in aerospace, how did that transfer over to being finance?
Uh, I've always been, on my off time, I've been a coder, so I can
Okay.
code in multiple
Yeah.
languages. Uh, my management background was also very much to their liking because I actually managed a few analysts while I was there. But it was kind of just fortuitous.
That's spectacular.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how I got in. It was just random chance. I think being an engineer or being in programming is very helpful to get into the hedge fund world because they're very data driven.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I asked that question because many universities and kind of communities pound into kids' heads that you need a certain degree to go somewhere. That all these higher up jobs require certain degrees in, say, finance, accounting, all of this, and these certain years of college, these time spent in your life dedicated to an education. When there's also the option to kind of start at the bottom and work your way up in a company from the start, and also be self-taught. So I'm sure you probably didn't major in coding, let's say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you were definitely somewhat self-taught, and I feel like that's something that a lot of kids don't realize, is that they have the opportunity to do a lot themselves without the help of a university.
I'm a strange beast. I would say
Yeah.
if you just want to have a career, just get the finance degree. You'll do really
Yeah.
well. There are finance people that run companies. Don't.
Yeah.
I'm, I'm a very strange animal in all this. So for normal career advice, I'm not the right
Yeah.
one. I mean, for my normal career, aerospace degree, got into becoming an aerospace manager. If I had kept
Mhm.
that trend, I'd probably be a director right now of some
Yeah.
whatever. So
Yeah.
I don't think that's a bad. If you just want to do the career path, there's nothing wrong with that.
That's
I don't think
exactly
it's.
what I don't want to do.
Oh, you don't.
Yeah. Yeah. I do not want to. Well, I'm debating on working for a company, but I don't want to work. Have you heard of the rat race?
Yes, I've heard of the rat race.
All right.
Yes.
So that's what I'm trying to avoid. I'm a big fan of Tim Ferriss
Mm-hmm.
and Gary Vaynerchuk, but more Tim Ferriss. But I'm trying to stay kind of in the benefit and work myself so I can improve my mental, physical, and spiritual health, so I can turn that into like a realistic goal or opportunity, a company, a business. I'm not a big fan of working for people.
I will tell you one thing. If I can give you only one good piece of advice this entire interview, if you want to lead people, you need to know how to follow.
Yes.
You really do. Uh, you really have to learn. So don't, even though you're going to be, let's say you do your own company, right? But you want to do something big. If you want to do something small, you can be your own boss.
Yeah.
But if you want to do something big, you're going to have shareholders, you're going to have people that own part of your company. They're going to ask questions.
Yeah. You're going to serve those.
You're going to serve them. Even if you have your own business by yourself, you have customers and you have to follow what they want.
Yes.
So I heard that once from one of my bosses, and I over time understood it. You really have
Hmm.
to sometimes know, even your own people that work for you, that you have to
Hmm.
understand when you need to follow what they're saying because you don't know everything.
Exactly.
It's impossible.
Exactly.
Uh,
Exactly.
one of my business partners, who's technically our CTO, he he's much smarter than me when it comes to technology. And there are times when I will just say, whatever you need to do, let me know and I'll help you. I'll support you.
Yeah.
When I had mechanics, sometimes they just knew what was going. They were in the airplane. They knew what was going on, and I had to just listen to what they said and say, okay, this is what we got to do. And they'll say, okay, this is what's happening, and this is what I think we need to do. And I'll add all that knowledge together and say, okay, then we'll have to do this. And sometimes that means that I have to follow what they're saying.
Exactly.
So, yeah, um, I'm glad you want to be an entrepreneur though, or whatever it
Yeah.
takes to be. I'd say invest though. Definitely keep investing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, these last 2 weeks, basically lost a majority of my gains. So in number values, I started out with about 5,000, and that's gone up. It went up to I think $10,700
Nice.
within maybe 4 or 5 months.
Yep.
And a majority of that was because of Tesla. I did a big call option on Tesla early on,
Mm-hmm.
and that gave me a big jump. And then these Tesla and Apple recent jumps, and Spy,
Yep.
a big yeah. So Spy really did me favors there.
Good.
So I was gaining a lot in my Spy calls, and then it crashed. So I'm down a majority right now, but I'm just holding.
I'll tell you what. Not to pitch other videos, but if you go into the video list, there's one
Yeah.
on. I did an interview with someone named Tom Hamilton. Very
Okay.
smart. He is like, he's probably in his 50s or 60s. Pretty much, he has clients. He's an investment advisor. He has his own clients. He's all set, and he just trades all day. And he
Did he
said,
advise you on the Stockteamup app? Did he
huh?
help you a lot on the app? Because I feel like I watched him. I was watching your videos.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
He helps. He actually makes stock picks on Stockteamup. He's the one that has the
Okay.
Yoda um,
Yeah.
guy. Yeah, he does that. He doesn't
I'll
like the
definitely watch
short.
that video.
Yeah, but he said that the worst thing that happened to him when he started with futures a long time ago was his success. He was
Okay.
super successful early on,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then like he just thought it was easy peasy, and then he just got eaten alive after
Yeah.
that. And
Yeah.
I think he said something to the fact that he doesn't even use futures as much now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess just understand why you made such good gains.
Uh huh.
I think I said it in your class that the moment the market turns, it's going to be fast and it's going to be harsh, and it might have
Yes.
been like 2 days later that things
Yeah.
crash.
Yeah. That's funny.
So just I just want
The
you to like keep.
coincidence.
I just want you to keep winning though, right?
Yeah.
So don't
Yeah.
keep thinking. So understand what's going on right now, and take time to understand why you won that call,
Yes.
and understand why you lost recently.
Yeah.
Because what's happening, I believe, if you start researching momentum investing, this is a very real phenomenon that I exploited in the hedge fund world. And what happens is all these investors come in and they're like, things are going great. I'm just going to keep on rocking and rolling. And the moment the hedge fund starts seeing things going, or Wall Street in general starts seeing things go sideways, they're out, and they're out fast. They're
Yeah.
gonna be out faster
Yeah.
than you can get out. So just learn that you
Yes.
can win. I don't think you. I'm not saying hey, just you got lucky. You're not. You. I think you won legitimately. Just I
Yeah.
want you to keep winning. So don't think that you can keep doing it. You need to understand why you
Yeah.
lost here.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's
The
all you
reasons
gotta
behind
do.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny to think that that you said that his biggest gain, his biggest failure was his gain,
Yeah.
and I'm sure that when he got eaten alive, it was probably his biggest success that
Yeah.
he learned from. So that's the way things switch around, and
Yeah.
I gotta keep track of that because I can't tell you how tempting it was to sell everything as soon as my account dropped.
Yeah.
And I'm just holding it all right now, but it's
Yeah.
just it's so harsh on you. But then I'm sure like a month, 2 months from now, when I know exactly why that happened, I'll use it in my future investing, and it's going to be such a benefit.
Exactly. Yeah. You can keep winning, man. Just keep. I'll tell you from my perspective. I I hadn't invested in stocks for about 2 years. Honest God, I run a site for investing,
Yeah.
and I hadn't invested in 2 years. I did that
Okay.
because I have a lot of real estate, and also I just thought it was overvalued. I really did, and
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
I was wrong. But then in March, I did invest. I did really well, and I'm out. I've been out for about a month and a half now. I only
Okay.
have Tesla. That's the only position I have.
Yeah.
Um,
And you're holding.
yeah, I'm just holding it. I don't mind. I didn't even care about the 20% drop that happened. It's like,
Yeah.
whatever. You and I have already 3X'd. Who cares?
Yeah.
I've said this like 5 times in different videos now that if it dropped in half, I wouldn't even care. Like
Exactly.
but yeah, just keep it up, man. I think a call was a great call. Doing a call was great. And I think that you just look around and see what's going on. The
Yeah.
market is objectively overvalued. But that doesn't mean it's going to go down. So do some research on that and see what you think about it.
Yeah. Thanks. Definitely will.
What other questions you got? I'll be happy to answer any more.
All right. So you just mentioned real estate, and that was actually a huge passion of mine before I got into investing, and I'm still, I would probably not be doing full-time real estate or be a agent, but I do like it as an idea, as kind of a side hustle.
Yeah, it was my side
Yeah.
hustle.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Exactly. And then that side hustle turns into your main cash flow. And I think that's really unique about how kind of smooth that process is, and how it's a lot you have to manage, but at the same time, it pays off really well.
So I'm gonna tell you how I did it. My way I did it is not how anyone else does it. I did a very weird play. So I bought the majority of my properties between 2011 and 2013 when everything had collapsed and interest
Okay.
rates were absolutely low, even though they're still low now, which is actually a good sign. But the price I pretty much bought foreclosures from the banks. That's were the
Yes.
majority of them. At the max, I had 5 of them. I had 5 properties, and I paid a property manager. I did all my return on investment calculations, and I made a nice, calm return every month. My mortgage was paid by my renters. I
Yes.
sold them all in 2019. Most of them doubled in value. Not double, that's the wrong word. Probably 50 to 100% return.
Okay.
And I've been selling them all off now. But ever since 2013, I have not been able to reproduce that calculation where I can make money with the property manager. I spend 10% of my earnings on the real estate on that property manager. And if you don't have a property manager, you should be paying yourself 10% because you're going to be spending a lot of time doing that stuff.
Absolutely.
My 7, 8 years of doing real estate, most of my tenants I never met. Didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
Didn't give to whatever's. It never affected my life. Every 6 months, my property manager would say, "Hey, spend $500 on whatever," and I'd be like, "Fine, I have a reserve for that. Don't care," and it never affected my life. Other people that have done it, they're over there fixing toilets. They're going over there for.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if you don't want to be a slave to your own real estate,
Sacrifice the 10%.
sacrifice the 10%, and even if you don't, you need to put your own time in there as 10% and see if the investment is worthwhile before you spend it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. I'll save you hours and hours of your life if you do that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, I have an ROI calculator. It's a very simple. You probably learned about IRR and NAV, right?
No, I haven't actually.
So IRR is the internal rate of return on an investment. Learn that. That's very important. I used that to figure out if a real estate project was worthwhile for me. And each one was. I never, if my calculations are bad, I'd say no to it. I would just walk away. No harm done. I don't care if I went to go see it or whatever. I don't care if paperwork started. I would not even do it. I was very harsh to my realtors because that's what they're for, is to be harsh to them and tell them to find one for you that is right for what you need. And it saves you hours of time. So, yeah.
All right. So you said IRR, and what's the other one?
Internal rate of return, and then I'm sorry, not NAV. What the heck's wrong with me? NPV, net present value of an investment. Okay. So, for every dollar you put into a project, how much are you going to get back if you discount the hurdle rate of a better investment? That way, you can compare investments, and then now they're comparing any investment apples to apples, regardless of the cash flow that you're bringing in.
Yeah. Sweet. Yeah. I'm sure I'll learn about it soon.
Yeah, email me offline if you have any other questions about that. I'll be happy to answer any other questions
Awesome.
about real estate.
Awesome.
All right, well, thank you very much. If you subscribe to our channel, so the Stock Team Up channel on YouTube, and thank you very much for joining me today. I really appreciate it, man.
Thanks, guys.